Hello everyone! In this training video, we'll discuss a fundamental tool for assessing the environmental impacts of additive manufacturing, or AM technologies. It is called the AM-LCA calculator and was developed specifically to address the specific needs of companies introducing or evaluating the use of 3D printing in their production processes. Additive manufacturing has grown rapidly in recent years. More and more companies are using it to produce complex components, create prototypes, or for small production runs. However, when it comes to environmental sustainability, many questions arise. Is 3D printing really more sustainable than traditional processes? Which AM technology is more environmentally efficient? And under what conditions is it best to use it? And it's precisely to answer these questions that this tool was developed. What specific needs did companies have that drove the development of this tool? The answer is quite simple. Companies need to clearly and quickly understand which technologies are more environmentally sustainable. Companies often find themselves comparing traditional production processes with additive manufacturing solutions or choosing between different 3D printing technologies, such as FDM or SLA. Making this type of comparison isn't always easy. Environmental assessments require specific data, methods, and tools, and companies often lack the expertise or time to conduct comprehensive life cycle assessments. This is why the AM-LCA calculator was created, a tool designed to be simple to use, yet based on consolidated methodological standards to provide reliable and comparable results. How does this tool support decisions between traditional production and additive manufacturing? The core of the tool is the ability to calculate and compare the environmental impacts associated with different production technologies. The tool uses the environmental footprint 3.1 method developed by the European Commission, which currently represents one of the most advanced references for assessing the environmental impact of products. Within the tool, you can enter key parameters for the part to be produced, such as the material used, the weight or volume of the component, the printing technology, some process parameters. Once this data is entered, the tool can estimate the potential environmental impact associated with production using different technologies. For example, it is possible to compare FDM, which uses molten plastic filament, with SLA, which uses photopolymer resins. The result is a comparative assessment of impacts, which considers aspects such as the energy consumption of the process, the production of material, the processing phases, and possible end-of-life implications. In this way, the tool becomes a true decision-making support tool, helping companies guide their technological choices. What is the main benefit for a company using this tool? The main benefit is the ability to make more informed choices based on objective data. We often tend to think that one technology is automatically more sustainable than other, but the reality is more complex. The advantages of the AM-LCA calculator is precisely that it goes beyond perceptions, allowing us to understand when and why a technology is actually more sustainable. Thanks to this tool, companies can reduce the environmental impact of their production by identifying the most efficient solutions, identify the most advantageous AM technologies for specific applications or components, have a clear or replicable method for evaluating new technologies or materials. In this briefing, we explored why this tool was created, the specific needs of the companies that contributed to its development, and how it can support decisions between different production technologies. The AM-LCA calculator is a simple yet powerful tool that allows environmental assessments to be directly incorporated into a company's decision-making processes. If you'd like to learn more or try this tool, visit our website for more information and to book a demo.